So I guess let's get started with the podcast. Do you guys want to introduce yourself? Because I'm sure everyone's going to know you guys though.
Name's Mike Traeger, 27. I've been doing HVAC in New Hampshire since 2014. Just got my own truck. Hired my cousin. We've been getting some gigs in Connecticut. Just putting on, trying to make content.
Oh, yeah.
My name's Sean Michael. I have Prader-Willi syndrome. I appear to be 38 years old. I'm 14.
And you're a vampire.
And I'm a vampire. I like to play with Legos. Just anything a normal 14-year-old kid would do. I get in trouble sometimes. I go a little crazy. My mom, she doesn't like it necessarily. But because I look like I'm 38, I can get into a lot of hijinks. I can drive cars and no one bats an eye. I'm pretty good at driving cars. I can buy liquor and cigarettes and stuff. Pretty good.
Yeah. So you say your name is Michael?
Sean Michael.
Sean Michael. Okay, Sean Michael. Where are you from, Sean Michael?
I'm from it's a funny place to be from. Somewhere where there's a lot of police brutality.
Yeah.
I'm from Virginia. I'm from Oklahoma. Anyway, moving on. We'll move on from that one.
Okay.
I've noticed I've been introduced, like, if I'm ever in a new city, it's complicated to introduce myself genuinely. So I've been leaning on the HVAC thing. I tell people I do HVAC.
You shouldn't introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I think introducing yourself makes you appear weak.
I usually don't introduce myself.
You don't need to introduce yourself, John.
I don't like introducing myself. I feel like if
John, if you had to introduce yourself, what the fuck would you even say?
Like the only thing you can say is,
have you seen Fishtank? It just wouldn't, like, if we had to introduce ourselves, it wouldn't make sense. Like, people know, like, anyone who knows you, they know you. If they don't know you, then they're not gonna.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
How would you introduce yourself?
I think introducing yourself's for betas.
Is that beta?
I think it's for betas. I think it's for people that are like deeply enmeshed in the system, and like think that there's the type of thing that you can say in a few sentences somehow has weight to it. Like, I have a PhD. Hi, my name's David. I have a PhD. Like, shut the fuck up. I fucking hope you die. I hope you get in a car accident and die. Anybody whose resume you can get the point across in an introduction, you don't need to know that person. Hi, I play concert piano, blah 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 blah. Fuck you.
I need weeks to explain who I truly am.
Yeah, if you want to know who I am, you need to go through a whole fucking college course. How about that?
I feel kind of the same way. Because, like, every time someone asks me to introduce myself, I'm like, well, what the fuck do you want me to say? Are you looking for, obviously, my name and then where I'm from and then the stuff I've done? Like, it feels like it's
if they know, they know. If they don't know, they don't know. You just say Top J. That's
Top J, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Top J, nice to meet you.
There you go.
And then dominate with a handshake. Come in from above for the handshake. Brush the hand like that. That's how you do a handshake, and don't let go.
And don't
until they scream. No,
I scream.
I actually hate that.
What? People
with the handshake shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's the thing you get from like if you're talking to somebody who's has Asperger's and is right wing, they'll shake your hand like they're trying to fucking knead pizza dough or something.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like, do a normal handshake. Like, let me know you're not a sociopath that just read 48 Laws of Power by doing a normal handshake. You do it fucking vertical like this. You don't do this. Especially don't do this shit. Hey, what's up, man?
Like this?
Yeah.
I'm on top.
If it's an alpha grip strength move, how about I punch you in the face? Oh man, you got crazy grip strength. Check this out.
Yeah.
That's always a red flag for me when someone shakes my hand way too hard.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you trying to prove? What's your handshake method, John?
So
how do you usually approach a handshake?
I usually just match everyone else what they're doing. If they're going soft, I go soft because I don't want to hold their hands. And if they're going hard, then I do the same. Especially
up to a point, though.
What?
For me, at least, up to a point. At a certain level of hardness, I'll match. But then if they're going so hard, I'll like go limp and just look at them in the eyes. Just to let them know, like, what are you doing?
You should grab the back of their neck and try to like start pulling their head down.
You revert to boxing.
Yeah, next person that shakes my hand hard, I'm gonna pull their head down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pour them in a fuck, what is that called?
In a polite way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be rude about it.
You wouldn't be rude about it?
No, I would just do it to let them know that I'm the alpha.
Okay. Well, what if they're shorter than you?
Then they're getting it twice as hard. I got gravity on my side.
So what have you been up to? You got any big plans besides season 2?
Running at capacity right now. We're going crazy. We got NFTs dropping. We're editing season 2 of our comedy show World Peace. We're getting ready to do season 2 of Fishtank. We got a merch drop coming up.
When's the merch drop happening?
That's happening October. I think October 9th, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get the designs done in time. And then I just bought a building that needs some renovation, so I'm working on that too.
What other type of businesses do you have? I know you do a lot more than media.
No, it's mostly just media. It's mostly what you see on YouTube. Okay. That's about all there is to it there. The building that I bought is for us to move our office into. Right now, this place is a rental, and it's not super optimal. So I want to have something that's like more custom and architectural.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, what got you into World Peace with Adult Swim?
Yeah, we had Adult Swim was it was a combination of pestering them, like persistently being politely annoying, and just continuing to develop heat and generate our own stuff. But my comedy writing partner Nick Rochford, he's pretty good over the phone. He's a good salesman, and he kind of laid on them for I think it might have taken us a year and a half of just persistent emailing. Never anything weird, never anything. If you're emailing someone and you're trying to be persistent, you cannot be jilted or come off as insane or entitled. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So just politely over and over again, hey, we're wondering if it would be a good time to pitch you something new, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally we got the chance to shoot we got the budget to shoot a pilot, and they liked the pilot, so that's where that started from. All along the way, I think one thing that separated us from other people who try pitching TV shows is that we had our own swag going. We continued to make our own videos. We continued to make videos that were polished, good sketches, and not just like the type of content that people make nowadays with which is just streaming and podcasting, which is fine. I mean, that's what we do. If we didn't do podcasting, we'd have no money. So it's important to do, but we were making comedy sketches all along that period and continuing to make stuff that I think impressed them. But Adult Swim is still pretty approachable. If you're a woman or if you're black and you have an idea that's halfway decent, you could probably go get an Adult Swim show right now.
What if I identify as a female? Because, what if I identify as a male, but I was a female?
Yep.
I could go
get
do
a gay
that.
man. Yeah. No, they would. I think they would suss out. I think they'd figure it out. They wouldn't let you on.
Oh, they wouldn't? I could have just had a sex change to be a dude.
Maybe you could. You'd have
dye your hair.
I think you'd have to do some costuming and make it convincing, at least for some promo press photos or something.
Act a little bit crazy too,
But that's the wet dream of anyone that works in television, is getting a cohesive, compelling, good pitch from a black woman.
What if I would accept a black woman's pitch?
No, we wouldn't. What, John?
What if I just had like a black woman, pitch it for me, but I'm like the mastermind behind it?
That I've thought about doing that myself. I think that could work.
That doesn't sound half bad.
It's worth a shot.
We should each get a black woman mirror.
Yeah.
And like have another office where they're acting like us, but we're doing all the work, and they're just like body doubles.
Yeah.
I like that idea. It's kind of like
That's a good idea.
It's kind of like how Mr. Beast, he implanted all of his ideas into that one dude he was training
Chris.
up. No, there's another dude. Like there's a dude.
Chris.
Well, I think Chris is like one of them.
Chris.
But
Chris is the one he's the idea guy.
Yeah,
for
he
Mr.
came up with
Beast's
everything.
team.
But yeah, so there's Chris, but there was this other guy, Mr. Beast, specifically paid to think exactly like him, and he went over a year of training to think exactly like him. I don't think it was Chris though; it was someone else that he was paying.
Call that the Beast program.
That's Beast University.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
There's Chris from Mr. Beast, and then there's Chris from MDE.
I prefer Chris from MDE personally.
Yes,
I do too. The other one's kind of scary. It reminds me of Simmons.
The other one is scary. Yeah.
Yo,
you liked Chris on the show. You would keep asking us, "Where's Chris?" Because Chris was around for the first week or so, and then he kind of disappeared. I remember you were like, "Where's Chris?"
Well, Chris is a comforting presence to him,
especially in a house so chaotic.
Yeah, he's very likable. He's a very familiar guy.
Having some Chris around.
He's also single, but only if there's hot girls watching this.
Chris is pretty chill. I like him.
If there's any hot girls watching John's podcast for some reason, Chris is single.
Yo,
and he's also a genius.
Chris is also fit as fuck. He can probably pick any chick over his head.
He could lift up any girl over his head
and throw her
gently in a loving way.
Yeah,
and throw her onto the bed,
onto a bed of rose petals, covered in rose petals.
Yeah. So what about? I want to ask you a question, John.
Yeah.
John, are you recording right now?
I am recording. Yeah.
I just want to double check for you there.
Yeah.
Did you go to Alaska?
I did go up to Alaska.
Yeah. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I can tell you about it. So I went up though. We flew out from Portland, and we landed. We drove 3 fucking hours after butt fuck we have nowhere. Then we got there. I had to meet up with the crew halfway up the mountain with ATVs so they could take me the rest of the way. And we got up though, and it's kind of like redneck country. I'm just gonna be real. The stuff that they do up there is like redneck as fuck. And they have like a little base camp. Like I have it all on my GoPro, just haven't uploaded it yet. There's not that they don't eat that good of food. I was eating pretty good when I was up there though, because I was going to restaurants. But everyone up at the gold mine, they weren't eating that good of food. I remember when I was camping up there though, I woke up in my sleeping bag, and the tent I guess was just pouring down rain because it was like a fucking tsunami in the mornings, and I was soaking wet. I was like, oh fuck, this is okay. I guess I'm soaking wet today. And it kind of sucked because there was no power out there either. Like, I'm used to being out in the woods with the Forest Service, and they have, a lot more necessities than the rednecks did in Alaska. But it was a lot of fun, though. I saw some cool stuff. What?
What were they eating? What were they eating that was bad, John?
Well, it wasn't necessarily bad, but it just wasn't like a... It was like eating like a poor person, you could say.
Well, give an example. What's an example? Just like bags of chips and shit? Beef jerky? Like, what do they eat?
They were eating dried cereal quite a bit. They were eating pancakes.
Nice.
So
they weren't doing the Liver King diet. They were doing the fucking gas station diet.
Yeah, essentially. There wasn't that much for food out there.
Yeah.
Not really at all. I just had my neighbor bring me a patty to eat.
It's delicious. I'm hungry now instantly. Tap me in.
Yeah, lick those fingers. Yeah.
I see you got coffee. You got a lot of coffee.
Yeah, you got a 2-gallon thing of coffee there, man?
A little bit of coffee.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
brother.
I need my daily coffee.
You don't drink all that in a day, do you?
Boom. This is just for the podcast.
That's not good for you, John. You got to limit it to like 2 or 3 cups a day. You can't be drinking. I mean, it does look sort of watered down.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just doing this for the podcast. It's all for the looks.
Okay, it's a prop. Okay.
It's a good prop.
That's a good prop.
But no, Alaska was pretty crazy. There was this one grizzly bear up though. It was like 1,500 pounds. It was fat as fuck. It was like a mom, you know. It was almost like a cow you could find in Walmart. It was like that kind of size.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good size.
Yeah.
Do you think you could take one down?
You know what? If I had to fight a grizzly bear, the grizzly bear had no chance. I would just get on top of it. I would get on top of it. I'd put it in a headlock so fast, man. It wouldn't know what happened.
Hell yeah.
I just go like, just like headlock it out. Easy.
Just break the neck.
Drop some elbows on it.
Yeah.
They're like sharks. You're supposed to punch them in the nose.
Dude.
You're supposed to use MMA on them. They're like sharks.
Bro, all you gotta do if it's a dude, you just fucking, it's like a punching bag for the balls, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do CBT on the bear.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How was that?
Boring?
Boring. Yeah.
Yep. I learned a lot, though, about the tax code
Anything?
and my role.
In your role?
I learned that it's my duty to support Ukraine and Israel.
Oh, really? I support Ukraine on a daily basis, actually. So,
Oh, yeah?
every day after dinner, all the leftover crumbs, I got a box. I put them all in. And I ship it out to them. Because I figured they needed more than starving kids in Africa.
Yeah. I do something similar with Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
I send them all my backwash and my Diet Coke bottles.
You know what? I bet they're pretty thankful for it.
So they can bathe in it.
Do they ever send you thank you letters saying thank you for the backwash, Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they send me pictures, Christmas cards.
Dude, I'm looking forward to the first thank you letter I get from Ukraine. I haven't gotten any yet. I've been doing this for about a year now. I got a couple of letters asking me to stop, but you know, I just care too much. I can't stop. I gotta keep sending it.
Don't stop caring, John. I haven't gotten a thank you letter yet from Israel or Ukraine, which is interesting because approximately half my fucking money goes there.
I like that fishing
So
hat.
would you have a limo business, John?
Wait, what?
Do you have a limo business?
No, I don't. So I don't own that business. I do drive limos and party buses. I help manage. I'm basically the manager for that company. I do lots of the hiring, and when people don't want to drive it anymore, I have to find a new person usually and train them up and all that boring stuff. It pays pretty well though for the hourly rate. The hourly rate driving it's like 35 an hour plus tips.
Yeah.
Tips is anywhere between like 100 to 200. Usually, if it's a good client, you can get like 3,500 though.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you already know my main job is commercial lending. My boss actually just got a really good list of clients he wanted me to call, but I convinced him to hire a VA instead. And
What?
I convinced my boss.
VA?
Yeah, to hire a VA instead. And when the VA digs them through, it gets all the good ones, then the VA gives them to me. Because, It's easier that way.
That's good.
Very good.
That's pretty cool. Do you have a girlfriend yet?
What?
Do you have a girlfriend yet?
Oh God, no. You think I want to show my money?
Yeah.
I'm a little greedy piggy.
Well, you got to share it at some point.
Oh yeah.
Have any girls hit you up since being on the show?
Actually, I get a lot of them hitting me up, which is why I do a tweet about once a month telling them to stop hitting me up. Yep. Because I don't like they'd be distracting as fuck, and when it gets really annoying, just having all these female hit me up, like I'm sure it could be fun for people, but like I'm not trying to talk to a female all day when I could be making money. It's just like driving the party bus. I could be out here, like I usually take them wherever they need to go, and then they always try to get me to go home with them, and I'm all like, "Are you going to pay me?" No.
The party bus girls try to hook up with you?
They do quite often.
Damn, that's crazy. Are they all old? Are they older?
So it depends on the group. Some of them are older, some of them are younger. They're usually in their 20s to 30s. If I get the ones in the 30s to 50s, those are the crazy ones. Those are the most wild ones. The older they get, the more freaky they get.
Oh my God. Yeah. Dude.
I had this.
That's so gross. How the hell aren't you in like rural Oregon though? Like why are there like how are there enough women that want to go on a party bus to support this business in Oregon?
So Bend, Oregon is a tourist town. So a lot of people that come here, especially during the summer.
For what though? People want to see trees? What are people going there to be tourists about?
So there's like everything you could think of outside, you could do it here within 10 to 15 minutes, and everything you could do in the city. Like if you want to go snowboarding, for example, 10, 15 minutes away, snowboarding or skiing.
Okay.
Like everything you can think of outdoors, it's here. But it's mostly Californians that love to move here. So you get lots of those
Californians.
Yeah. All the Californians. All the LA people. All the fucking LA.
You get a bunch of washed out old Californian whores riding the limo up there.
You do. That's
really funny.
Those are usually the ones. It's either Californians or people up from Washington.
Well, the only thing I know about Pacific Northwest is that Twilight was filmed there.
Really? I didn't know that.
I think so. Maybe it wasn't, but it's the best film. It takes place up there. I think it had to have been filmed up there. You know what Twilight is, right? With
Twilight. Oh wait, no, I think that was in Washington.
Greatest film ever.
I know a lot of those Hallmark movies are filmed in the town outside of Bend, Sisters, Oregon. A lot of those old Western movies are filmed in there.
You got to find the Bella to your Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for you though. The TED Talk you did.
Filmed in St. Helens, Oregon, and Forks High School, which is in Washington. Forks, Washington. I should know this. I'm the biggest Twilight fan ever. I bought a Volvo C30 because of this film. No. All right, what was the thing you were saying? The TED Talk.
Yeah, the TED Talk you did. What made you do that? The one when you were like in the woman costume?
Just because I'm bad ace and I had to let him know.
Yeah. Is that basically what jumpstarted your career, or was there something else before that?
No, I think a lot of people saw that, but it didn't. I don't know if it did wonders for my career. But it was just I was seeing so many TED Talks. That was when TED Talks were like getting hot. Like TED Talks had come out. TED Talks had first come out a few years prior to that, and they were getting hot. And it was like, if you wanted the info, you got to check out. Look at this TED Talk. It was like the New York Times, the stamp of approval. Like this is certified knowledge that you need to have. And it was they needed to have some of that stuff in there, I think. But oddly, it's the thing that's been seen by the most people, but it's also the thing where there's the least crossover between that and the regular kind of MDE fan base.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that it's done really much to catapult me or boost me. I haven't really had any viral success aside from the Fishtank project. That's the first thing that we've done where it's gone really nutso viral. Prior to that, it's just been kind of consistent pressure and keeping the entertainment flowing. Like even World Peace, I mean, it was a really big deal for us, but it wasn't, as far as television goes, it wasn't a huge deal.
Yeah. Do you think season 2 is going to blow up even faster than for Fishtank?
I think Fishtank season 2 is going to be huge. Yeah, it's going to be.
I think so too.
Nuts.
I feel like it could be 10 times bigger compared to season 1.
Yeah, I think what we'll ultimately do is not this season, but I think what we'll end up doing is buying a commercial, like a steel warehouse type building, and building a house within a commercial building. So on the outside, it's like a brick and steel commercial building. On the inside, it's looks like a house, but we would build like trap doors and revolving bookcases and like all kinds of weird funhouse shit inside.
Oh shit, that sounds.
Yeah, I think that might be what we do for Fishtank season 3. For season 2, it'll be similar to season 1. We're gonna try to take it a step further aesthetically with our website. I don't know if you've seen our website. I think people have seen it though. It's got sort of a 70s, 80s Soviet nuclear power plant look to it.
The Fishtank website or the MDA website?
The Fishtank website.
Yeah, I was on the Fishtank website. I did my homework before I landed.
Yeah, so we'll no, the new version is and I think I don't know how much sort of set dressing stuff we're going to have time to achieve because we have to launch this on December 18th and we have not found a property yet. But we're going to try to make it look a certain way. Hopefully we'll have time to do that. But that's the goal right now, is to have it have sort of a crazy custom look to it.
I had a couple other questions for you too as well. Let me pull that up. Oh, actually, this one is one I've been thinking about too. What made you get more fit? Because I noticed you were fitter when you were younger, and then you kind of stopped, and then you just bounced right back into it. What made you decide to do that?
What, fitness?
Yeah.
Seeing the movie Prometheus and how jacked those guys were made me start lifting because I wanted to look like a jacked alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just been an evolution over the years. I wanted to start lifting just because I wanted to be strong. I don't know. I had the impulse. I wanted to be strong, and then the boxing stuff. I realized what an actual fight is like how difficult and crazy it is.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get better at that, and yeah. And now it's sort of just for fitness now. I just work out so I don't feel old and shitty.
So is boxing your favorite one then?
Yeah, it's the only one that's like interesting enough that I can do it every other day or every day and maintain discipline, because everything else is kind of boring. I think if you're lifting and you have a real serious goal, like I want to be able to squat 225 or something like that. If you have a goal that you're working towards, that makes it a little easier. But I find it really hard to concentrate or find the motivation to work out unless I have some kind of goal like that. But the easiest one to keep up with for me mentally is just boxing, because it's the most fun, interesting thing.
Yeah.
Feels the coolest to do.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, I get into.
You've been doing jujutsu though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been doing jujutsu and boxing, and they have Muay Thai classes mixed in with the boxing I do. Just like half boxing, half Muay Thai. But
That's cool.
They have more Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes than anything that they offer.
Are you still doing that? Are you keeping up with that?
Yeah, I'm still doing it as much as possible. I'm not doing as much as I was. After I went to Alaska, like to kind of slow it down because a whole bunch of other things I'm trying to pop off. Because I've been trying to get this podcast going, and then.
Well, you should probably go like 3 times a week and try to aim towards getting a blue belt.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to aim for.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if you get a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and you're reasonably strong, you don't really have to worry too much about physical contest anymore. That would be a good thing for you to get.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially with all the crazy people after Fishtank. Like I was surprised how many death threats I was getting.
You got death threats? Nice.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I was kind of surprised.
Why would anybody want to kill you? That's so fucked.
I think there was just a couple of people, I just didn't respond to them, and they felt entitled that I needed to respond to them, and I didn't respond to them in a timely manner. So they eventually got to the point, I was just pranking you, and I'm going to shoot the fuck out of you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then other people, they just want to like fight me all the time, and I'm all like, well, pull up to my house. I'm loaded. I'm ready when you are. I keep my Glock right next to me at all times. Like if I'm out and about, I bring my Glock with me too, because people are crazy here. But yeah.
Well, be careful. Don't shoot anybody unless you have to, John.
Oh no, I keep pepper spray on me too, so I can use that force if I need to. And if it escalates, then I'm shooting them, and they're gonna suck in the blood.
Yeah.
But besides that though, like, so were you always planning on doing social media in the industry, or?
No. I mean, most of the stuff that's high visibility, like the social media stuff, the podcasting and streaming, that stuff is not really. It's not something that I want to do or something that I think adds to my legacy necessarily. It's more just to keep my presence, keep people aware of the fact that I exist, so that I can continue to collect money from them to support the other shit that I'm doing.
Yeah.
The World Peace 2, the sort of higher end stuff. That's what I would say I want to do. But it does not make money. There's no way to make money with that. With World Peace 2, we have this guy, this fantastic investor gentleman who's put up over $1 million, and there's a slim chance we'll be able to make him his money back. But for us, to do something like World Peace as an indie media outfit is really it's just not doesn't happen. That kind of thing doesn't happen. If it's the type of content that people make is, GoPro webcam, fucking around in public, whatever. It's difficult to make stuff that is cinematic and high production value and involving a lot of people. That's just the nature of it. It's just a lot of all hands on deck. A lot of work goes into it, and these people have to get paid. And it's expensive. But to answer your question, no, I never really aspired to be. Had never really had any social media aspirations. Really, it's just something that
kind of happened.
If I don't do it, then nothing else will happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
You have big social media aspirations, though. Right, John? You want to be? You don't have to be shy, but I'm not judging you. I think it's funny.
I do. Yeah. I do got big plans with social media. But social media is just like a small piece of the puzzle for the pie.
Let me see. How many people are follow you on Twitter right now? Let me look at this.
I think it's not that much. It's a small amount. So when I first got out of Fishtank, someone did buy me like I think 10,000 bots.
Yeah.
And it jumped to like 30-some thousand. And then
Yeah.
Instagram removed them all, and then it dropped back to the original number, I believe.
I mean, you got 20K. You got 20K on Twitter. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Has Tristan Tate or Andrew Twitter about me? If so, I would love to meet them. Yeah. What happened to your neck?
What do you mean?
You said you had neck pain.
Oh, yeah, I got my x-rays done. So a couple months ago, this
Yeah.
dumb bitch, she fucking hit me while driving. And I
Yeah.
guess destroyed a handful of my ligaments in my neck.
Good God.
Just like destroyed them. My neck's not in pain, but I guess my neck's fucked up though.
Can you
Oh.
sue her?
No, I haven't. I probably should though.
Did you get rear-ended?
So she fucking ran into my lane. Just hit me into my
She went
lane.
into your. Was she in front of you, or were you in front of her?
I was in front of her and she swerved into me.
She swerved into you. Where did she make impact with your car?
She made an impact at the front of my car and then on the side of my car because she was like speeding when she hit me. So my car ended up like smashing into her car and then my car flew off like 5 feet off to the side.
Is there a police report for this?
No. And here's the fuck part too. When it happened, there was a cop 200 feet away from us. He looked at it, saw it happen, and then he fucking drove off.
Is there any video of it or anything?
No, there's no video. And
Did you go to the hospital?
no.
Okay.
I had to fucking work. My schedule was tight.
Well.
But I got the X-rays now though. But who knows? Who gives a fuck?
Well, what is it with your neck? Are the ligaments like is there something really fucked up?
So I think it's more of my upper neck where the ligaments are detached from the disc or whatever it is, and and then my lower back. I guess my lower back is fucked up too a little bit, and they believe I have some what's it called, disc damage or something like that. But
Did you call your insurance company?
yeah, no, I have an insurance claim for it. But
Okay, well, it might be worth finding a personal injury lawyer and talking to them.
yeah, I think it will be because my insurance is only going to cover 15,000 in medical bills, and I'm all
Okay,
right.
well, go ask your friends and see if you can find somebody that knows a decent that type of lawyer and see if there's someone you can talk to.
Yeah, I will. It'll probably be pretty good.
It'll probably go nowhere, but it's worth looking into.
Yeah, it is. I think most injury lawyers too, they do what's it called? They do pro bono usually. Like they don't get paid unless you get paid.
Well, they usually get paid if you're when the claim is settled. But just it's worth sitting down with somebody and talking to them about it. I can't imagine that it'll go. If I had to guess, I don't think it would go anywhere for you because there's no police report or footage of it or whatever. But it's definitely worth talking to a lawyer.
Yeah.
One time.
You know why? The one comedian that does things with Gavin from the Proud Boys.
Alex Stein.
I don't know his last name. Let me pull. I know you like him because you have a video talking about him.
Is it Ben, the bear guy?
No, Ryan.
Brian?
Yeah. Ryan. So all Y-A-N.
Oh, Ryan. Yeah. Ryan Katsu Rivera?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
What do you think about him? He's going to be on my podcast, I think on the 4th.
I met him twice. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your
seems to be a good guy.
What are your thoughts in general about the Proud Boys?
I'm glad I'm not in jail, man. You know, it's I think the fucked up thing is that the being politically visible is for winners. Like when the fact that black people can riot and you can go have like a whatever sex parade thing and not get in trouble and do this stuff publicly. Those are sort of like celebration victory parties for these people who have already won the political fight. Does that make sense?
It does. Kind of like how
it's not. They're not doing it to gain. They're not doing it to get more rights. They're not doing it because they're underrepresented. They're not doing it to try to convince anybody of anything. They're doing it as a victory celebration because they've already won. Like there's no in terms of politically, it's hard to see a way back from where we're at. I don't like to talk about this because I don't want to get blackpilled. I think it's probably not useful information for most people to think or to know that we're in decay, irreversible decay.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of dangerous. That's a dangerous thought to have unless you have enough optimistic thoughts to balance it out. Because I think there's the things that you can do in the midst of this decay, I think probably outweigh how bad the decay is. Like I think it's a mistake to be nihilistic. I think it's a mistake to be defeated. But it's possibly it's probably a mistake to think that voting is going to reverse the tide here.
But the last election, I never got my ballot. It didn't come in the mail. And then a few months later, I got a letter from the government saying they unregistered me because my signature didn't match.
Nice.
Yeah.
God damn, man. Yeah.
What does black pilled mean, though?
Well, black pilled is when you are defeated, when you know that you're defeated, when you know that the decline is inevitable, when you know that you're living in the end times. Which I think that's probably inaccurate, though. I don't think that I think that the black pill, it's easy to get yourself there because there's so many signs that point towards that. But that's why I say that it's dangerous knowledge, is because most people don't have I don't think most people have the brain power to find the good after they find that bad.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I don't think the black pill is accurate. I don't think it's the perfect. I don't think that people who are black pilled have the clearest, highest perspective take.
Yeah,
I think that they have a take that's more accurate and more clear and higher than a lot of people, than mainstream. But I don't think that that's where you should end up if you're really paying attention and evaluating everything. That's where you get if you're paying attention and evaluating only Twitter.
Yeah. Well, and something that I think about too is how a lot of, if you're talking about black pilled, and if you look about all these bad things, and if you look, there's a reason why they push all the propaganda in the media and TVs and movies. And then if you look back in the Bible, how Jesus, a few different spots they talk about manifestation, just mind and emotions. So why would they put all this stuff in movies if they're not trying to get people to manifest that future? So by you thinking about it too much, I do think it can, and it's obviously negative then. Like, and what is the real point of focusing on quote unquote black pill then views? Because it's not really going to get you anywhere, I feel like.
Well, I think
I think it's good to know it, but I don't think it's good to focus on it.
I'm more of the mind that people that you should know it, but you shouldn't stop there. You should figure out what is really going on. I think people they take it to the black pill, and then their search for knowledge is satisfied.
Yeah,
and I don't think that that's enough. I don't think that gets you. I don't think that makes you actually aware of what life is. Yeah. And on top of that, I think that you could probably go to any historical era and experience the same black pilling.
Oh yeah.
I just think that things seem harder than they are in certain ways. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you ever look at the statistics from during the Great Depression. But during the Great Depression, the average American made $4,888. And then for the equal amount, because the buying power has dropped in inflation, you have to make $89,000, and the average American doesn't make $89,000 a year. You know, so essentially we are more fucked now compared to people back then. It's just funny
Yeah.
to think about. Because we have this delusion that we are living in the best times. You got anything you want, but it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
It's all just bullshit.
Well, that's the funny thing to think is that it's funny to look at the graphs. Have you ever seen a graph where it's like it shows you the cost? It shows you the cost of everything splitting off, and like healthcare goes way higher, and then like Netflix, like digital entertainment goes down. It's like as things proceed, it's like the stuff that is the stuff that makes you retarded, like Domino's pizza, bags of nacho chips, like gas station food, Amazon Prime, like that stuff's becoming like that's as affordable as it's going to get. Like it's $12 a month for your Hulu or whatever. Like even that though, like what are the Netflix tiers now? I think one's like $18, but it's like they give you all the goy slop, all the entertainment, all the like zombified shit. They're making that as close to free as they can afford to.
Oh yeah,
Meanwhile,
all the stuff to keep you brainwashed and stuff.
Anything you actually want to own, like anything that's worth owning, like collectibles, art, fucking precious metals, whatever,
MDA, or MDE,
health insurance, things that actually like you want and you should have. All that shit's like preposterously unaffordable.
Yeah. Fuck.
Damn. Do you have Bitcoin, John?
I haven't checked. I probably do. It's been a while since I checked my wallet. I know for a fact I have XRP, I have XLM, I have Ethereum, I have probably like 10 other things. But the main three ones I have is XRP, XRM, and Ethereum. Those are the main.
XRM? Is that Monero?
What?
What's XRM? Is that Monero?
I have to look at it. I forgot.
Aram? Oh, XMR. You probably meant XMR. That's Monero. I don't think you have Aram. Don't show your shit on camera, John. Does it say XRM?
Yeah.
Or XMR?
It's XLM.
XLM? Oh, is that Stellar?
Yeah, I think it is Stellar. Yeah, it's Stellar.
You got stellar lumens. Yeah, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you noticed BlackRock though? They've been transitioning most of the.
Just picked up some Wigger coin.
The what?
Is that doing well for you? You evened out?
I think it's going to do well. I'll put some money in there.
I bet it's not.
How much have you made, Jet?
Lost. How much have I lost?
How little have you lost? That's how you measure your crypto gains. What was the thing you've been?
Huh?
Oh, BlackRock and XRP.
Oh yeah, so BlackRock, they used to be pushing Bitcoin a lot, but they've been transitioning into XRP now lately.
Says who?
Says the money, where the money's going.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, John.
Okay.
Says who?
The stuff I was looking at. I don't know. I was looking at some of the documents and some videos. I was looking at a few different places. I could be wrong.
Yeah, fucking XRP. These people are always. Well, I'm not going to say anything because they'll send literal death threats. Never mind. XRP is good. I love XRP. Get some Bitcoin though.
Yeah, I will.
Actually,
That shit's fucking cheap right now.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, with inflation. Is that the main thing you have? Is Bitcoin then?
Yeah.
When did you get into it?
2013.
Oh shit. You know, I wish I would have got into it, but that's how you know I wasn't a go-getter back then.
Well, I don't think it mattered. I think the saying is true that people buy Bitcoin at the price that they deserve.
That's true.
I think that there's always a until it hits 15 million. I think you should be just pouring money as much as you can into Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
The video to watch, if you want to know the video to watch, it's The Ultimate Bitcoin Argument by Murad Mammadov.
Okay.
If you type in Ultimate Bitcoin Argument into YouTube, it is the first result. This kid, Murad Mammadov, he hits every point with total clarity. He has the master plan, although he lost the master plan by leverage trading on some exchange and losing like millions of dollars, but doesn't change the fact that he's right.
Yeah.
At least in terms of Bitcoin supremacy.
Do you already got all the contestants for season 2?
No, we're still working on that. We got some good, promising video interviews.
Yeah.
People, psychos.
Cycles.
Yeah, people are tapped, man. People are so fucked.
People more wild than the first group you had.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the first group we had, we picked the people that would be the most entertaining. We didn't pick the people who were the most fucked up.
Oh, so you picked tons of fucked up people now?
No, we're gonna pick people who we feel will make the show the most interesting. But even the auditions for season 1, there's a lot of lonely, damaged people out there in the world. Yeah, looking to be on reality shows.
Oh, those are the ones you want, or you want the non-lonely people?
I think we just want interesting. I don't think it matters if they're lonely or not. But it's I just say that because it's we definitely did get a smorgasbord of freaks for the season 1 auditions as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got anything else for me, John?
What?
You got anything else to talk about, Johnny?
Actually, yeah, I do have one thing. I have some advice for myself. I was wondering, what's the best things you could give, like advice on the podcast? Like, is there anything specific you think I should do?
Yeah, I don't think you need to upgrade your camera. What kind of microphone are you using?
The mic that's in my laptop.
It's in the laptop. I would say get yourself one of these. This is the standard. There's 2 microphones that people use that are standard. This is the Shure SM7B. It sounds very podcasty. It's not a super high quality microphone, but the thing is, when you hear this microphone, you register mentally that you're listening to a podcast.
Okay.
Like this is the same thing that fucking I think Joe Rogan uses. I don't know, but this is the microphone used by 1 million Infinity podcasters. So when you hear this microphone, you think, oh, I'm listening to a podcast. So that's why it's a good thing to use the standard. The other one is the RE20. The RE20 probably sounds better, but it looks like you're talking to a cock. So I would not get the RE20. That's the one that Anthony Fantano uses, and he looks like he's sucking on a cock when he uses that microphone. And then you probably need you also, with the SM7B, you need a cloud lifter. That's what this thing, it's a SEDM1 Dynamite. You need one of those, and you need an interface for your computer. The one we use, I don't think it matters which one you use. This is a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. I think that's just the cheapest one. So audio quality is important. You want to make sure that your mix is good. However, you really probably don't need to worry about your camera. I think your backdrop is pretty good. I don't think you need to really worry about your backdrop. If you look at the best or the most watched streamers in the world, they do it from their dirty ass bedrooms. Like they don't really, like, the visuals are not really important. It's the audio that's more important.
Yeah.
Now that being said, I don't think that the quality of the fucking gear is that important. I don't think that's the main thing to worry about. I think the main thing to worry about is consistency. So I think what you should do is you should make if this is what you want to do, I mean, this is probably a good move for you if you can get good at doing it. I think it's what you should do is make a hard and fast rule that you have to do this 3 times a week, or however frequently you think you're going to do it, and like adhere to that religiously. Like, do not deviate from that. Don't take a day off. Don't be like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. If you're going to do this, do it 3 days a week and just be consistent about it. Yeah. And you might need to do, I think you'll probably do good because you have 20,000 on Twitter, which is a pretty big, that's pretty big kindling for a social media career. You don't really have to, the hard part is going from like 0 to 5,000. That's pretty tough. But it might be the case that you your podcast doesn't pick up steam until episode 500
like
or whatever.
6 months, if I had to guess, before it really
It could
picks
be
up steam.
Well, you don't know though. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 years. It could be whatever. But just I would say stick with it consistently, and if it doesn't take off, just try to improve it. Just try to make it better, because I think your swag is pretty. If you were doing a podcast and you were asking like pointed questions and doing research and shit, I might even listen to it. Like, it's not, I don't think it's absurd to think that you could have a solid podcast with a lot of viewers. I think it's a reasonable thing to aim for you.
Yeah.
I would say, so consistency, and then just probably writing out questions a little better, because you are in the spectrum. I'm an introvert, so we're not really, I'm in extrovert mode right now, like talking, but I don't like talking. So having questions ready that you can fall back on, so that when you don't feel like talking, you can look down, and don't hold a piece of paper, but have it on your desk so you can refer to it in like big enough print. So if the conversation starts to falter, you can look down and see a question that you thought of beforehand, and then be like, but you probably need to have smooth segues between questions. So don't just go from going from their dead mother to like what kind of car they drive. Like, figure out a way to segue those two things together. Yeah. Like, oh, my mom's dead too. She always used to drive a Buick Riata. What kind of car do you drive? Like, figure out a way to just tie things together, probably.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then in the podcast, edit the dead space out. I don't think people want to listen to a ton of dead space. I think it's important. So it's not important that you take super amount of time to fastidiously edit things to make it interesting. But what you can do is, if you have this in probably a lot of programs, but if you have this in Adobe Premiere, you can look at the waveform. You can see where the dead air is. You can look at the audio file, and you can see where there's no talking, and then you can just cut that whole piece out and smash the rest together. Okay. And that way, that's a fast, easy way of getting the thing to flow a little faster, which is for this podcast that you did with me, I don't think it was full of dead air, but there's stuff to cut out that viewers are not going to want to see. Eventually, if you start to make money doing this, you can hire somebody to do that for you. But in the starting phases, you're just going to have to do that yourself, unless you have one of the J crew will do that for you or something. But whatever, you'll figure that out. But for the time being, that's what I would do. Is I would write questions that are interesting. It sounds like if you have 60 guests lined up, that's good. I mean, booking guests is a big deal. We never got into that just because we're lazy. And then
I have a whole team, so it makes it a little bit easier.
You got a team working with you?
Yeah.
So you're good to go. You're good to go, man. Just put this one out and see how you can improve the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But what I will say is I would say don't get carried away on production value, because I don't think people care about that when they're listening to podcasts. Like if you look at Joe Rogan's podcast, like the first 1,000 were done in his like sweaty laundry room or something. Like it's like the most visually. Let me just look up Joe Rogan podcast 300, episode 300. This fucking Lex Friedman comes up as the first result. Fucking little bag. Like the first batch of like hundreds of Joe Rogan podcasts are done on a like 420 vertical resolution webcam in like a shitty room. I don't think you need to worry about production value, especially in terms of visuals.
Yeah.
That's something that if you get the kind of thing where you have a huge revenue stream, like you have thousands and thousands of dollars coming in every month and you don't know what to spend it on, then go ahead and splurge on set design or whatever. But in the meantime, these microphones are cheap. That's all you need. Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything you think I should do or work on better for, like, if someone's like leading away and if I have questions and they're just like avoiding like the topic, like how do I lead the conversation into my way?
I don't think you need if the conversation's flowing, I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Like if you've got them talking and they're talking about something that interests them, I don't think you need to steer it back to your question. Your questions are there. They're there as like just to give you a helping hand if you're struggling, but you don't need to stick to those.
Okay.
Like let the conversation go wherever is interesting, and try to also, John, try to be interested.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's telling you something, like try to actually think about what they're saying, and if it's interesting to you, try to be interested in it.
Did it sound like I was interested while talking to you?
I got the vibe that it's your first podcast, and you didn't do a bad job. I think you were probably interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you did a good job. But I think let the conversation go where it's going to go.
Yeah.
I don't think you really stopped me from talking about what I wanted to talk about. But don't worry about rigidly adhering to the questions that you have in mind at the beginning of the show. Let it go wherever it's going to go.
Okay. I guess that's really it. I don't got that much else. You got any big plans for today?
I got to do some fucking horrible paperwork stuff.
Yeah.
Bank statements and such.
You know what I do? When I get bank statements that I have to do, or like taxes, I just put it on a big pile and grab some gasoline, just pour it on top, and set it on a pile, and I don't worry about it. It's gone. I never got it in the mail. What taxes?
I think I might do that today. That's a good idea, John.
I never got it. You didn't send it to me, buddy.
That argument works.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Okay. Peace.
Thanks for your time, man. I'll talk to you later.
Is there anything you want to promote real quick?
No.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you in December, John. Peace.
Okay. Peace.